Hey everybody, long time no see. It's Mr. Moneyhaven. Gonna be talking about some tickers today that have been popping up in my scanner, ABOS and IOVA. So we're gonna be jumping a little bit into them. So how the scanner works, it has these ranges that it searches the market for, and among lots of other tools, I can drop that list right into my surveillance module so I can watch them all. I can set it to be 3 or 5 or 2 times triggers the alerts, and this is a hopper scan. And then my prices came in for these tickers as it scans them. And if the next price change is higher than the tolerances that I have set, it will go into this tolerance trigger. And if it goes up by that amount again, it goes into the multi-occurrence triggers. In order to find new tickers, I go into this and all kinds of different options to run through some tickers real quick. We're going to do that same 260 ticker list with a few indicators set here. It should go pretty fast. Yeah, so these ones popping up are matching into these values that are set here. So it's a pretty fun little time. Anyway, enough about what I've been up to. Well, what's happening in the news is pretty important. They have some therapeutic solutions for Alzheimer's disease that they're testing out, and there's conferences that are happening in San Diego. They're presenting some of the results and talking about different ways their medicine is helping people that have been affected with blood-brain barriers and transferrin receptors, all the good stuff there. And I'm not going to read to you too much, obviously, but this is really good news. And they're working on some of the efficacy and procedural issues while they are prepping to go into phase 3 soon. There's some of the phase 2 information. Patients and participants. Here's the price as per Yahoo Finance. The beta was 0.24, meaning it doesn't move as much as the normal stock market. It moves about 25% of a normal ticker's percentage change, with a market cap of 116.3 million. Got some 13 Gs coming in around the beginning of November, where institutions started buying it up. The 10Q, there's some obvious things, but most of it's in the research and development for the cost. Their EPS isn't all that great. They have a big accumulated deficit, but if this technology takes off, that deficit will obviously get wiped out pretty quickly. But it's on my radar. I've been checking it out pretty heavily. Taking a look at the share structure, there was 60.5 million shares, but that was reported as of March 24th. Some of the financial stuff, as reported by OTC Markets. It's definitely an interesting one. It looks pretty wild, but the lines are where they should be, and it's about to be a real good time. You can obviously see some of the trends and floors that are in place and transitioning from the downward pressure from prior years. We are now breaking out and above where we were looking at the 169, 150 range, somewhere in there, which is probably about support 2. Dropping into some of the indicators and technicals and fundamentals and all the good stuff of the charts and price action here. See, we've been in an upward trend like this. See, we've been in an upward trend since the middle of November, and I think the party is really about to get started. I've got my first exit here at 223. The ADX is starting to transition into the green as we're closing out some of the sell pressure that's been happening. The volume's rate of change is under the baseline, which usually signals reversal zone. Money flow index is middle of the road. And the accumulation distribution index is running about 23 right here on the daily. And if we zoom into a 15-minute chart, which is usually where I'm having pretty decent luck when I'm picking my stuff, you can see how those lines match up a little better. Showing support, resistance, trend line, pivot lines, all the things, right? And it's definitely in a breakout and coming close to doing really good things. So that's exciting for them. Moving on to the next one, IOVA. I'm going to go ahead and get this chart all scaled around with where I'm usually at and my indicator showing. I don't have any lines on this one yet at all, so you get to see how it kind of plays out. Current RSI 61 is bullish on the 15, ADX is 19, it's definitely in a reversal zone, MACD crossing over the baseline, Vortex green is crossing over the selling a little bit, meaning buyers are starting to take control. Volume's rate of change is down past the baseline, indicating potential reversal zones. Money flows down at 36, which is also supporting weakening sell pressure. Now, let's dive in. This is also shown on the ADX, where you have some sell pressure, minimal buy pressure coming in. Now we're transitioning into a full-out buying frenzy, hopefully. Let's go. MACD crossing over the baseline there. The vortex indicator is pretty effective. It's got a 14-day cycle. Some of my settings are much different. That one has a 14-day default. Money flow index is kind of like institutional pressure. That's where I start all my drawing from. So I zoom way out. This is my typical stuff here. Alright, my first one usually runs like this. Trying to get this pivot line here. Not like that. Run it through the tops. You can see this one is coming up real soon, if we can break out. Then I zoom in a little, and I take a look at pivot lines like this. And I put my upward trend line in from sometimes months, sometimes days. Get that into the right spot there. And zoom into a 15-minute, which is where I'm typically looking at stocks to play for a few days. I like having my volume thing on there where I can do that kind of cool stuff. And then we're looking at support of around where we are. So that's always a good sign. I've been trying to get in on stocks as they're right next to their support. Yeah, and that's right where it is. So that's cool. I'm checking out ABOS Biotherapeutics. All their numbers are looking pretty solid on the 15 minutes. Definitely bullish. The ADX values are transitioning back into positive buying pressure. MACD crossing bullish positive. Vortex crossed over the selling pressure. Volume rate of change is at the baseline, which is good. It's usually where it reverses. Money flow index is at 21, also supporting reversal zone. Looking at the daily, Vortex on the daily looks a little worse than the 15-minute, but that's okay. These lines came in from, varying pivot points and support lines and trend lines and all the things, right? I like this one a lot. If we zoom in a little bit more, we can see the green has transitioned over for buying pressure, taking back over, and all the good stuff. So let's take a look at the other parts, shall we? Checking out their financials. I don't see any big red flags. Accumulated deficit is kind of high, moving through it. I mean, they're obviously working on some new technology to help with this financial situation, right? That's why we're all here. So it's going to reduce external manufacturing expenses and continue to improve gross margin. So that's exciting for them. Here's some of the work that they've been doing. They got the Liflucell in solid tumors with positive clinical trials in patients and all kinds of exciting things happening with some of their drugs. Checking out their share structure. Looks like they've got 397 basically million shares available as of the beginning of October, and the company profile is not available on OTC markets. So here is all about them and their website. Yeah, very exciting stuff going on with both of these companies, and I am in both of them. Make sure you do your own research and verify that tickers that I may be talking about in my videos align with your risk tolerance. This is not investment advice. It's just simply things to check out. Until the next time, I'll check you all later. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.